All right, so today we're looking at dividing monomials, like I said. So for the concept today is the quotient of powers property. So this is the division of exponents with the same base. And the rule we saw last week or the week before was that we have to subtract the exponents, right? So the rule is x to the m divided by x to the n. We end up having to subtract the exponents. So for example, if I have x to the 5th power divided by x to the 2nd power, then that means I would subtract the exponents. That would be 5 minus 2 would give me x to the 3rd power. Okay? Another way you can think of it as x to the 5th would be 5 x's. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Over an x squared means you have 2 x's. And you can cancel out from the denominator. So I have 1x in the denominator. I can cancel it with 1x from the numerator. 1x from the denominator. I can cancel out 1 from the numerator. And then that's going to end up leaving me with 3 x's. So that's x to the 3rd power. Okay? So when we divide today, we're going to have coefficients and we're going to have exponents. So we have to figure out what to do in each case. So let's go ahead and look at this first example. We're trying to zoom in. Okay, go ahead and copy that 4x squared divided by 2x. All right, so when we have something like this, you want to just divide the coefficient. So 4 divided by 2 is going to give us 2. And then for the x's, I got x to the 2nd over x to the 1st. So if you subtract those, 2 minus 1 just gives you 1. So that's x to the 1st power. Or you can think of this 1x cancels out one of them. So I'm just left with x to the 1st power. All right, next example, can I have you copy? We have negative x divided by x. Negative 8x divided by x. Okay, so if I look at the coefficient in front of the x, remember if there's nothing there, this is like an imaginary one. Well, I shouldn't say imaginary because imaginary is like a negative, square root of negative 1. But that 1 is like implied to be there. So negative 8 divided by 1 should just give you a negative 8. And then for your x's, that's x to the 1st divided by x to the 1st. So 1 minus 1 is just going to be 0. So it'd be like x to the 0. But anything to the 0 power is just 1. So it kind of they just go away, right? You can think of it as, again, this x cancels out with this one. So your x's go away. It's just negative 8. All right, so next example, we have 5x divided by 5x. All right, and so if I do this, if I go 5 divided by 5, that's just going to be 1. And x divided by x, again, that's going to be x to the 0 power, which will just be 1. Or you can just think about those cancel. So you just end up with 1. All right. Pretty straightforward. Hopefully you guys can get it okay. Let's go ahead and have you guys practice. We got negative 15x squared divided by 5x. Go ahead and try that example. Okay, and righty, go ahead and share with your partner what you could get.
Negative 3x.
Okay, so that was righties. All right, let me call people to see what you get. Bilal, can you tell me what you get for your answer? Negative 3x. All right, did you guys all get that? Yeah, good. Negative 15 divided by 5 is 3, and x squared divided by x just leaves you with 1x. All right, next example. Go ahead and copy. Negative 8x divided by 8x. And you guys are trying this one? Okay, lefties, go ahead and share with your partner what you got. All right, let's do choral response now. So on a count of 3, tell me your answer in 3, 2, 1. Negative 1. Awesome. All right, next example, we have 6x divided by x. Okay, and again, you guys are trying this one? Okay, and righty, so your partner, what did you guys get? All right, tell me your answer in 3, 2, 1. 6. Awesome. All right. Let's try some more examples together. These are, other things that can happen. So go ahead and copy. Negative 6x squared divided by 3. All right, so sometimes you might have some like these where it's you have a variable in the numerator and the denominator doesn't. I don't have any x's in my denominator, but that doesn't really change anything here. This is negative 6 divided by 3 is going to give us negative 2. And then for my x's, I don't have anything to cancel in the denominator, so that's just going to stay as x squared because none of them will cancel, okay? All right, and let's look at the next one. We have 3x to the third divided by x squared. And again, for the denominator, if you don't have a coefficient, remember that's just, that 1 is just implied to be there, okay? So 3 divided by 1 is still going to be 3. And then x to the third divided by x squared, that's 3 minus 2 is 1. So this would be x to the first power, or just x. right, and the next example, 14x to the third divided by 2x. All right, and 14 divided by 2 would give us what? 7. And then an x cubed divided by x, that's 3 minus 1 would give us an x squared. All right. Hopefully you think these are pretty easy. Hopefully you guys aren't struggling too much here. All right, let's go ahead and have you guys practice some more. The first one we have negative 4x squared divided by 4. Go ahead and try this one for me. Oh my God, those. Negative 4x squared divided by 4. You guys are trying this one? All right, and lefties, go ahead and tell your partner, what did you get? All right, so I heard a lot of conversation on this one, so let me call, instead of doing choral response. Daniela is not here, right? Okay. Daniela? No. Omar, can you tell us what did you guys get? Negative 1x squared. Do you guys agree? Thumbs up? Disagree? Thumbs up. All right, awesome. I see thumbs up. So this is your answer. You could have also written it as just negative x squared. That means the same thing. Okay? All right, good job. Go ahead and try this one now. 8x to the third divided by 4x squared. And you guys are trying this one? Okay, and righties, go ahead and tell your partner, what did you get?
2x.
All right, and tell me what you get in 3, 2, 1. 2x. Awesome. All right, and this next example, we have 6x to the third power divided by 6x. All right, and lefties, go ahead and tell your partner, what did you get? Okay, tell me your answer in 3, 2, 1. X squared. Good. Because your 6's cancel, it just ends up being 1. And x third divided by x to the first, 3 minus 1 is 2. Good job. All right, let's look now at distributing. Go ahead and copy that first example. We have 3x times x squared minus 5x plus 6. All right, and if you remember our exponent rules, if you are multiplying, so like x to the m times x to the n, if you have two exponents with the same base, what's our rule? What do we do to the exponents? We add them. Good. So this would be m plus n. So if you remember that distributing, you want to take that first term and then distribute it inside the trinomial. So 3x times x squared, that's going to give me 3 times 1 in the front, so that's a 3. And then x to the first times x squared, I would add the exponents. 1 plus 2 would give us 3. So it would be an x cubed. And then 3x times negative 5x, you take the coefficients and multiply them. So 3 times negative 5 should give you what? Negative 15. And then x to the first times x to the first, my rule is to add them, so 1 plus 1 would give us x squared. Then 3x times 6, take your coefficients. 3 times 6 would give you 18. And then you only have that one x, so it'd be 18x. And it says to put it in standard form. That is in standard form. That goes 3, 2, 1 in the exponent. All right, next example, go ahead and copy. We have 2x squared times parentheses 3x minus 4. All right, so if I take my coefficients and multiply them, this 2 times the 3 gives me 6. And then the x squared times x to the first, that's 2 plus 1 is going to give me an x to the third power. And then a 2x squared times the negative 4. 2 times negative 4 should give us our negative 8. And then I have an x squared in the first one. And I don't have any x's on the second one, so it's just x squared. And that's your answer to that one. All right. I don't know if you still need that. Sorry. And then go ahead and copy this example. 4 times x squared minus 4. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take that number on the outside and we're going to distribute it. So 4 times x squared, that's like a hidden 1 right there. So 4 times 1 is just 4. And I don't have an x in the front, but I do have an x squared. So that's just going to be x squared. And then for the last one, 4 times negative 4, that's going to give us negative 16. And I do not have any x's, so that is our answer to that one. All right, go ahead and try these next examples for me here. We're going to try that first one, 2x times 3x squared plus x minus 2. And you guys are trying this one. All right, and righties, go ahead and share with your partner. What did you get?
6x. No. Yeah. Plus 2x to the fourth power plus 2x.
All right, so for the first term, tell me what did you get? Just for the first one. Natalia?
For the first one,
Yeah.
I got 6x to the third power.
Okay, thank you. All right, for the second term, Simran?
2x squared.
2x squared. Positive. Thank you. And then for the last term, Fatima?
Negative 4x.
Negative 4x. Awesome. All right. Next one, can I have you guys copy? It's a 3x squared times 5x plus 2. Can you guys go ahead and try this one? Okay. And lefties, go ahead and share with your partner. Okay, ready? Jasmine, can you tell me the first term? 15x to the third. Awesome. And then for the last one, Alexa and Rolas, can you tell me the last one? Six x squared. Good. All right. Hopefully you guys are finding these pretty easy. Yeah. Hopefully. Okay. All right. Last example, and we're done. So we got 4x times x minus 9. Okay, so righties, go ahead and share with your partner. Double check your answers.
4x squared subtract 4x.
All right, let me call people here. Can I have Alondra tell us what did you get for the first term?
The first term is 4x
4x squared. Thank you. And then for the last one, Jose Medina, negative 36x. Good. And that is our final answer. And I think that is the last example. Yeah, so that is our last example. We are done for today. Like I said, I will not be here tomorrow for release day, so all Math 3 teachers are going to be gone tomorrow. So you're not going to have the homework today. You'll just do the assignment in class tomorrow. It should be fairly easy. You guys should be able to finish within like the class period. Make sure you guys take a picture of it and just turn it in on Classroom tomorrow, and then that way you don't have to worry about it. Okay. You have, what time is it going? I can't see the schedule. Okay, so you guys have less than 15 minutes, but the rest of the period you guys can work on something from another class.